Hello everyone, it's Avohkii here. Today I'm going to be ranking all 15 of the LEGO Ninjago sets from way back in 2012. This was the year of Ninjago that I really got into the whole theme, and it's super nostalgic to me. So this is the second part in my series where I'm going back through the years of Ninjago, ranking each year of sets. If you'd like to check out the original video where I ranked the first Ninjago sets from 2011, I'll leave a link to it down in the cards and down in the description. So I'll be ranking all the sets from this line from worst to first. Now keep in mind, this video is completely my own opinion, so if your opinion is different from mine, then be sure to drop a comment down below of what set is your favorite. And now with all that said, let's begin. Number 15. So at number 15, this is my least favorite set on the list, and this is the Spinjitzu Battle Arena. Now, the reason why this set is the lowest on the list is because it's a battle arena, so it doesn't have really as much structure. The build isn't that incredible in my opinion, and right here you can see that the snake heads and the dragon heads are missing a lower jaw. The skeleton, it kind of looks skeletal, and the Technic looks pretty ugly too, and the minifigures aren't really that desirable, so that's why it's at number 15. Number 14. So for number 14 on my list, we have the Fang Power Wrecking Ball, and the reason why this is my second least favorite is because I'm not really too big fan of the vehicle. I think the tail looks really weird, and you know, it is just a wrecking ball within a snake head and tail slapped onto it, and I think they could have integrated the snake part into it just a little better. Now this of course did come from a really fun scene in the TV show, which is one of my favorite scenes from that season, and the minifigures in it are nice, but I definitely think I'm pretty sure this is an $80 set. They could have came with more minifigures, and that's why this is on number 14. Number 13. So for number 13, we have Lash's Bite Cycle, and this is still a very nice little bike set, and it did have funnel features to it. I just wish the tail could whip back and forth more freely like on some of the other bigger models, and it is a nice designed bike, and the minifigures aren't super desirable, but also there are just some really good sets that definitely deserved higher spots on the list, so this is why this one is at number 13. Number 12. So for number 12, we have the training set, and this was a set that I'm pretty sure went for $20 back in the day, and this had a pretty cool play feature to it, because if you were to hit the snake tail in the middle to one side, then the weapons from the ninja's side right there with the wooden panel would fall out of that little panel, and if you were to hit the snake side on the other side with the venom, then snakes would come out to attack you. So it had a pretty fun little play feature there, and it was a nice little battle arena. It does look kind of cluttered, and that's kind of why it's down lower on the list, but it's still a pretty fun little set. Number 11. Next up here at number 11, we have Cole's Tread Assault, and this was a really cool Cole vehicle, and it had a very nice design to it. Kind of reminds me of a Nexo Knight set. It could have came with some more not vehicles, but minifigures for the price. I'm pretty sure this is originally $40, but it has a nice play feature to it because you could actually flip this vehicle around and the cockpit would auto-rotate to the other side of the vehicle, the bottom side, and they added some green on the bottom to make this vehicle be able to go undercover as a snake vehicle. That is just an awesome play feature there, and I definitely think this deserves to be at number 11, and it's just a great vehicle. Number 10. Next up is the Venomari Shrine at number 10, and this was a set that I actually had, and I still do have it. It's just not put together, but I definitely am going to get the set together. It came with Zane, which is a nice little inclusion, and it also came with that awesome Venomari Shrine, staff, and that can attach right into the Venomari Shrine, which is awesome looking, and it's just a fun little play set that only went for, I believe, $7, and I really wish they still had cheap little $7 to $10 sets like they did back then. But this also had a really fun play feature where you could press down on both of these little black panels in back, and 2 Venomari snakes would fire out, and that's just a really fun little play feature. It also came with nice printed tile, so this is definitely a great little set. Number 9. Next up at number 9, we have the Fang Power Truck Ambush, and this is a really cool set. I'm pretty sure this went for like 60 back in 2012, and this is just a really good looking vehicle. I like this tail function way better than the one from at number 14, because this one actually whips and it looks way better. It also has suspension, which kind of blew my mind back in 2012, and it even came with a nice little Zane vehicle. I just kind of wish the Zane vehicle was sold separately, so then you could collect all the ninja vehicles separately, but it is still a nice inclusion. It also came with 2 of the double-headed snakes, which were rare, and it's just a really awesome looking vehicle. Number 8. For number 8, we have the Fang Power Mech, and this was kind of based off the mech that Jay's dad made for Jay in the show that then got bit by a Fang Power and turned into a snake mech. It doesn't look super accurate, but honestly it looks way better than the one in the show, and it is a very nice mech set. This I actually got, and I'm pretty sure I got it as a Christmas present, so it is a really good and nostalgic set for me, and it is a very fun mech. The fingers did break off a lot, but it looks really cool. It has a really nice snake design to it. I love the color scheme, and you even get one of the Kendo Ninjas, which is pretty cool. So I definitely think this deserves the number 8 spot on my list. Number 7. Coming in at number 7, we have the Ralcopter, and this was a great $30 set that unfortunately I never ended up getting, but it perfectly pulls off both being a helicopter and a snake vehicle really well. It just looks fantastic. I love where they put the cockpit, and the whole snake head in front looks great too. You also could fire or drop 2 snakes out of either side, and there were some flick fires and some other neat play functions. So I like that they included the young Lloyd minifigure, and the other minifigures are pretty nice too. Number 6. Next up here for number 6, we have the Destiny's Bounty, and this was a set that I never ended up getting, but it is an incredible looking set, and this was the original Destiny's Bounty, only going for $80, which is a great price. It had some really cool features to it, as well as being able to like change it into its flight mode, and it came with some cool little storage places and also a cannon. And it came with an anchor, and also the masts were able to fold out with a little switch, which is awesome. It also came up with a bunch of minifigures, and it also included the very, very like rare, at least for back then, 4-armed Garmadon, which just was awesome. And it also came with 2 Kendo Ninjas and also scales, so definitely some desirable minifigures in the set, and it just was pretty much a must-have. But it is a really, really great set, and it definitely stands up to the newer Destiny's Bounties. Number 5. Coming in at number 5, we have Kai's Blade Cycle, and this set my little brother actually got for Christmas back in 2012, and it is a really slick looking awesome build that only went for $15 back then, which is just a great price. And it had a really cool feature where you could push down a button on top and these sides spread out into attack mode, which is just super fun to play with, and it looks really cool. I love the gold on it, and the red fiery color scheme. It looks really cool as well. It also comes with some pretty nice looking minifigures and a little serpentine shrine. Number 4. Next up, at number 4, this is the original Samurai X Mech. There's been 2 more since then, with the Ghost Mech from 2015 and the new Samurai X Mech from 2018 with the Sons of Garmadon with, but I definitely think this one is the best. This is just a really solid, great looking build. I absolutely love it. The color scheme with the dark red, gold, and red, and I also really like the use of the like train pieces for the shoulder pads. I really liked how the mech opened up, and this is actually a set that I got for Christmas in 2012, and it is just a fantastic set for the $40 that it did cost. The only thing I really wish it had was some knee joints, but other than that, I think this set is pretty much perfect. Number 3. For number 3, we have the original Ultra Stealth Raider, and this set is just such a good looking vehicle. This they made in Edna's junkyard back in season 1 of Ninjago, and this had some really cool play features to it. You could take off this like little flying vehicle from the top that also had a jail and spread out the wings of that, and that was just a really awesome play feature. It had lots of firing weapons, and it also just had a really interesting design to it that was really unique and looked really awesome too. And I absolutely loved the inclusion of the Pythor minifigure. So I definitely think this set deserves the number 3 spot on the list. Number 2. And next up, at number 2, this is my second favorite Ninjago 2012 set. This is Jay's Lightning Jet, and this is a very nostalgic set for me because I got this for Christmas back in 2012 again, and this is just an incredible set for $20. It had a super cool play function where you could push down something on the top and the wings spread out, which looks incredible when you do that, and it is just such a good play feature. It used rubber bands, and I remember having a little bit of a hard time putting it together, but it was definitely worth it for such a really cool looking play feature going into attack mode. It is a really nice looking jet as well, very detailed, and I loved the color scheme, and it also came with some pretty nice looking minifigures, and due to all those reasons, I definitely think this deserves the number 2 spot on my list. Number 1. And at number 1, my favorite Ninjago set for all of 2012, it is the Epic Dragon Battle. This was a set that I never ended up getting, but just because I remember looking at it in the magazine so much, it is very nostalgic and just such a fantastic looking set that I am actually planning on getting really soon, probably, because it is really great looking. This set came with the Great Devourer and the huge dragon and 4-armed Garmadon, so it was such a good set to get, and it was huge too. And it originally, I'm pretty sure, went for $120, which is a good price for it. And it also just comes with possibly one of the best dragon builds for back then. It had a really unique transparent green and white color scheme to it, which looked really awesome, and I really liked how you fit Lloyd, the Green Ninja, into the set with the dragon. And the wings also were able to fold out with a really cool play function where the wings could like flap and stuff. Also, having a 4-headed dragon is really cool and unique. I really like the little snake shrine that you got with it, and the Great Devourer, although it is definitely smaller than I would probably liked it to be in the set. It's still really, really great, and it is just a really good looking build. I also like that you could even eat minifigures with it. So it is just a fantastic looking build. I loved all the minifigures that you got with it, and I definitely wish I had gotten this set back in the day, but I, once again, am planning on getting this set. So I definitely think this deserves the number 1 spot on my list. Alrighty guys, so that is pretty much it for my ranking video of the 2012 Ninjago sets. Tell me down in the comments below what you thought of my list. Did you agree with it, or do you totally disagree with it? Definitely be sure to let me know down below, and also be sure to tell me what your favorite set and least favorite set from this wave is. So now, with all that said, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for new videos every 3 days. I will see you all next time. Bye!